Welcome to Ask Miss Myrz, where we answer your most burning questions and solve your most nagging problems. I won't always know the answer, but I'll know someone who will. A look at Google Trends shows a worldwide all-time high in the search for the term indoor plants, very noticeably spiking up sharply when the global pandemic started in early March. What started as a millennial Instagram-worthy trend around 5 years ago now transcends all ages, with everyone becoming a plantita and plantito, eager to grow and nurture signs of life, to add just a bit of nature, a touch of good health, a sense of calm and control, and lots of joy into their homes. Here today to help us all develop green thumbs, especially black thumbs like myself, is the original Plantito, Pido Villanueva, who has been growing, farming, selling, and styling with plants for 25 years. He's an Ambiance Stylist for events and interiors, a Monstera Farmer, and owner of PGD Botanique, a haven for indoor plants, plant installations, and accent planters. Hi, Pido! Hello!
Hi! Ang ganda na
Wow!
intro.
Ang ganda ba? Ang ganda ng ambiance mo. Ambiance stylist ka talaga. Where are you
Amen. Welcome
today?
to our Monstera Forest. This is our indoor showroom.
Wow. This is
Mm,
PGD Botanique in Mandaluyong, right?
correct, correct.
Wow.
But
Ang
since
ganda
the
naman.
since the ECQ, we closed up this area and then we opened up the outdoor area lang. So sorry, doon sa mga
Okay.
nag-visit na they cannot see this
Oh,
for now.
okay. Right. So, tell us something about what's behind you.
This is all Monstera collection
Variations.
actually.
Ah,
Yes.
okay.
I remember
Wow.
around
Look at that.
ayan, kasi around
Ang
4 years
ganda.
ago when we started, actually even before that, parang 5 years ago, we started bringing in plants here in this room.
Okay.
Tapos, and then we're studying Myrz. Kung ano
Oo.
reaction nila sa... Kasi wala kami windows dito.
Ah,
Those
okay.
who've been here, walang windows talaga. So we install different kinds of lights. Okay naman siya. Actually, LED eh. We discovered
Oh,
LED, especially these big ones. They
wow.
grow only using
Wow.
LED.
So
And we're
it's
successful.
walang window and walang sunlight. So it's completely
Wala.
indoor and they
Oh, yes.
grow.
Yes, exactly. Kaya okay yung title mo na indoor gardening kasi they really grow indoors.
Okay. So there's hope. There's hope for
There
black
is.
thumbs like me. I forgot to
Mamaya
mention,
discuss natin yung black thumb.
tama. I forgot to mention also that Pido is a former top male model
Ay,
and zoology graduate. Zoology and not botany. Zoology.
zoology.
Paano ka nagpunta sa
Gusto ko
botanique?
talaga botany.
Oh,
Botany. Tapos, ayaw ng parents ko. And then, nisip ko zoology kasi mahilig ako sa animals, di ba? You know
okay.
that.
Oo.
Tapos, it's a pre-med din pala. Pero hindi ko na tilala yung medicine. I just wanted
Okay.
to, go into college.
Oo. So,
Yan ang
that
napili ko.
that young, mahilig ka ng maghalaman?
Oh, ever since. I remember my first plant, I bought in Tondo sa may release ng tren.
Wow. How old
5
were you?
pesos.
5 pesos. How old
Ano
were
yun?
you?
Parang, siguro 12 years old.
Wow.
It's a pinsaray, 5 pesos, and a palmera for 15 pesos.
Wow. Ikaw
Because
na
my mom
talaga.
used to have, she used to have a canteen. Tapos I worked in the canteen. Then yung allowance ko, binibili ko ng
Aba,
plants and
I've
birds.
never heard of a little boy who uses allowance to buy plants.
Plants and
So,
birds dati.
original plantito ka talaga. And then, how did you make it your profession eventually after modeling?
When we were doing events, di ba, it's very tiring, di ba? Parang
Right,
minsan
right.
tatlong sleepless nights.
Oo. Rehearsals,
Um,
waiting time.
Correct. And then, the, talking about the events, diba? Because
Oo.
we're always the first in and first out.
Right.
When
Pag ingress pa lang, nagre-rehearse na tayo.
ingress and egress, when we do the ambient styling. So
Oo.
parang it's always puyat, pagod. So we had the farm na parang it was sort of a therapy. We go there every weekend, tas magtatanim.
Oo.
Ayun, hanggang sa dumami yung plants.
Oo. And then, how did it become eventually that you were
Become the plant star.
styling, that you were
The
doing
plants.
ambient styling?
Ambiance styling because we love ano eh. Ako ba, even now, if you go to the store, we have chandeliers, we have furniture.
Tama. You have a whole big
Parang,
warehouse of ano.
yes, and we love beautiful pieces. Tapos parang
Right.
uh, throughout the collecting process, saan mo siya gagamitin?
Tama.
Diba? So we thought of, you know, doing that as our business also.
Right. Yun. So, so it's a trend nga, no? Parang global trend siya. And I think all over our social media feeds, you can see everyone's
Wow,
buying
diba?
plants, diba?
Oh, diba? You
Everybody's
see it.
growing plants. Why do you
Oh.
think this is happening? Anong
Because
tingin mong reason?
I think lahat ng tao may sa, 'di ba? When you go to a park, 'di ba, when you see a beautiful plant or flower, 'di ba, it gives you a very positive knowing.
Yes. Oo.
Lahat tayo mahilig sa nature, deep
Tama.
inside us, 'di ba?
Right,
Pag
right.
nakita natin yung beach, yung mga pebbles, 'di ba? Collect pebbles and shells. It's
Oo.
always embedded in us. Lahat tayo mahilig sa nature eh.
Oo.
So, parang ang in my theory, kasi a lot of people like plants. Oh, and then they buy from so many shops. Minsan
Yes.
they buy the wrong thing.
Right.
Like, sorry, a hydrangea. I've never seen a hydrangea flower in Manila. But they buy it. That's very famous in Tagaytay when
Oo.
you go to
So
when you
do
go
they
to
die in Manila?
Baguio. I haven't seen it flower. It survives.
Okay.
Pero it flowers siguro smaller. So minsan
Right.
yung mga new plant parents then they buy the wrong thing or minsan mali yung info because it's a new tindera probably. Sa
Right.
mamatay.
Right.
Oh, yan. Tapos tawag na nila sarili nila black thumb like what you said.
Ako, you've given me so many plants that I killed. I feel so guilty.
And then siguro minsan yung know-how talaga.
Oo. And
Know-how
then,
and choosing the right plant.
choosing the right plant and I
Oo.
guess really tending. The word is tending. Like you can't suddenly go on vacation.
Isa rin yun. Pero may
Diba?
solution doon.
Tama. Pag-usapan natin yan. So we should not be afraid of killing the plants because you will teach
Oo.
us.
And especially if it's mura lang. Or you buy a
Oo.
hydrangea or like, di ba, uso yung mga succulents. Mura lang yun eh. 50,
Oo.
80 pesos.
Tama,
If
tama.
it dies, then so be it. You buy nga roses, di ba, 2,000, 3,000 pesos. You're happy with it. Di
Tama.
ba? Ganun din sa plant. You buy a plant, it dies. At least you're happy for a few days. Okay lang, you buy
Oo.
again.
Oo. So ano yung for you, why should we not be afraid? And maybe you said it's a matter of picking the right plant. Yung mga
Oo.
mahirap patayin. Pero ako maski yung snake plant, sabi ng mami ko, this is impossible to kill. Napatay ko pa
They do
rin.
not like water. Ay, nila na water. Baka rin, minsan, because we get all sorts of messages, di ba, when people buy plants.
Right.
Tapos, tinitignan namin yung mga messages. I think it's more of the excitement or the eagerness.
Oo.
See, they bought a few plants. Dalawa lang yung plant nila or tatlo. What will they do every day? They look at it, they water it. Di pwede every day.
Oo nga.
Oh, kailangan mo yung
Big
patience
mistake.
din. Know-how,
Oo.
check mo yung soil.
Oo.
Yan, ganyan. Know-how talaga.
Okay, sige. Let's start with the top 5 indoor plants that you recommend for beginners. Ito yung mga,
According to us.
according to Plantito Pido,
PGD.
ito yung mga affordable, easy to care for,
Ayan, we have
ano
weird
pa,
samples.
hard to kill. Number 1, Swiss
Number
cheese.
1, cheese.
Oo, mukha siyang Swiss cheese talaga.
Oh, di ba? Mukhang keso.
Oo.
Ayan.
Sige,
Swiss cheese. This is a Monstera.
Okay.
One of the affordable Monsteras. Because
Oo.
Monsteras nowadays went haywire with the prices. I'm sure you
Oo
know.
nga. And why
These
do
are
you
the
recommend the Swiss cheese?
very affordable. Tapos, actually, kahit medyo low light, pag naman super low light, madali ito alagaan for beginners. Especially.
Oo.
Pag ito namatay mo, huwag ka na muna mag-plant, mag-research ka muna.
Nako.
Matibay ito talaga.
Gaano yan kadalas dinidiligan?
Dilig, yan. When you say dilig, we always check the water.
Oo.
Ayan. We tell them to check on the soil.
So you put your
I
finger in
cannot
the soil.
better. You poke it.
Oo.
You feel the soil. Kasi
And
I
then,
cannot tell you a rule of thumb. Yung iba kasi tinatanong, how many days? It
oo nga,
depends
ako.
on the container or how you water it. Kasi iba when they water it, they put it in a sink, di ba, sa lababo or sa garden,
Oo.
you hose down
Masama
nila.
yun.
Hindi, no, that's basang-basa.
Oo.
So, you wait for it to dry. Matagal yun, siguro mga 1 week.
Oo.
But us, ito, lagi namin tinuturo.
Okay.
Diba?
Sige,
The
pakita
very
natin.
reliable ketchup bottle.
Ketchup bottle. So,
Kasi
ano lang, squeeze lang.
squeeze lang, madali kasi i-control. I remember a famous editor gave me this.
Ano yan?
Ayan.
Uy, ganda.
Ganda, di ba?
Suerte
Very
naman.
famous editor from
Napakabait
Cosmo
naman
gave me
ng
this.
famous editor na yan.
This is good for kikays. We have
Oo.
lots of time to do it. Kasi ito medyo, if you have lots of plants, use
Oo.
this for your favorites.
So,
Yan.
dapat yung water control is very, konti-konti
Oo.
lang.
Dapat walang tumutulo. See, when you water it, when we water it, walang tumutulo sa ilalim.
Oo.
And it takes a few days to memorize that. When you just when you bought a plant, kailangan ma-memorize mo gaano karami yung ma-absorb niya. Kailangan walang tutulo.
Oo.
Yun yung rule of thumb.
And then, you check the soil. Kung moist pa siya, wag muna.
Correct. Then going back to poking the soil, meron kasing mga soil na, depends on where you bought it. Iba-iba rin yung soil. May pure garden soil. Nowadays, a lot of people are using coco media, coconut, mga coir, or
Oo.
ipa. Ipa is the balat of palay, which is good
Okay.
to make the soil more porous.
Okay.
So you touch it. Pag basa pa, do not wet. I always tell my clients, do not wet a wet monstera.
Okay.
I think it applies to all indoor plants.
Right.
Most philodendrons, aroids, do not wet when they are wet. Kasi wet pa nga
Okay.
eh.
So, paano yun? Every morning, i-check mo, wet or dry? Wet or dry? Tapos tsaka lang.
In the first few days, you have to touch it. But once you memorized your medium, kasi sa tingin mo lang, look at the color of the soil.
Oo.
Pag tingin mo lang, alam mo na eh. Pag sanay ka na. If it's been with you for a few weeks, alam mo na, basa pa siya or tuyo.
Okay. So, kung naging dilaw, is that a sign of overwatering?
Dilaw, the leaves.
A
sign of overwatering is mostly, usually, browning of the tips.
Okay.
Yan, nagba-brown, yung mga dulo. And also, mas okay pa yung plant na medyo underwatered. Mas madali i-cure yun. Kasi makikita mo yung mga leaves niya parang nagdo-droop.
Okay.
Nagdo-droop na ganyan. Madali i-cure yun kasi babasain mo lang. Pero pag overwater, nag-brown na yung leaves, ayan, medyo matagal yan. Process niyan.
Kung nanilaw, ano yun?
Nanilaw is, marami ibig sabihin na nilaw. Underwater, nanilaw, matatanggal. Tatanggal yung leaves.
Mahulog siya.
Oo.
So, underwater yun.
Iba-iba eh. Minsan kulang sa nutrients. Let's stick
Anong
to the
nutrients?
underwatered and overwatered. Kasi the soil, normally when we sell it, meron na siyang fertilizers.
Okay.
Plus ngayon, yung mga technology, the fertilizers are good for 3 to 4 months, ganun.
So no need to fertilize yet.
No need yet, especially if the plant is growing.
Right.
And indoors naman, they don't grow that fast.
Right.
Going back to the poking pala, Myrz.
Okay,
When you
sige.
poke it, maintain a little moisture. Pag pinasok mo yung fingers, parang dry, pero there's a certain cool feeling. That's still
Okay.
moist. That's still good for
Okay.
most philodendrons, most aroids. Yan. Hawakan
Okay.
talaga sa umpisa.
And this goes for all plants? Yung
Mostly aroids,
What are aroids?
philodendrons. Aroids are mga single stem. Ayan. Aroids comprise of a lot of genuses eh. Ito, this is a monstera, they're aroids. Philodendrons are aroids. Siguro yung the monopodial growth, ako i-research kayo mamaya.
Sige.
Malimutan ko yung aroids.
Sige, punta muna
Anthuriums are
tayo.
aroids too.
Okay. Number 2 recommended for beginners.
Number
La
2 recommended,
Suerte.
La Suerte.
Not cigarette, but plant.
Yes. La Suerte. Ito talaga, kilala nito. This is a very old tita plant, lola
Tita
plant.
plant. Oh my God.
Di ba? Even our lolas have this in their old houses.
Wow.
Very
Why is it called
reliable.
La Suerte? Kasi
Swerte daw.
swerte daw. Swerte ko na lang kung hindi ko yan mapatay.
Exactly.
And then
nowadays, sorry.
Go ahead.
Maraming varieties ng La Suerte. Merong green, merong mga pink. Yan La Suerte rin.
Ay, ang ganda. Pink.
Diba? And we have red ones.
Okay.
Which sold out during the ECQ.
Talaga?
Wala na natira.
Anong ibang pangalan ng
These are very easy.
Like,
the English common name is Chinese evergreen.
Okay.
Ayan. But this is pink and there are red varieties. Very matibay.
Right. Is it easier to grow the pink or harder or what?
There are certain pinks na, this pink is matibay. And then there are bigger varieties na matibay din. The reds, I feel, they require more light. If you're using LED, kailangan maliwanag.
Right.
Later siguro we can discuss that.
Sige. Okay, next is the pothos.
To, syempre. Ayan. Very lola plant din yan. Mga lola tawag dito, water plant.
Can you show it closer? Okay. Bakit siya water plant?
Because the more common variety has yellow. And ito, itusok mo lang sa water. Di ba yung sa school, dati ng bata tayo, we're asked to bring plants. We bring them in a bottle of water. Ayan, tumutubo agad. That's why it's called water plant. Very easy.
Okay. When you say very easy, what do you mean?
Very easy to take care. Kasi tusok mo lang, kahit lagay mo sa tubig, buhay siya.
Kahit forever na lang sa tubig.
Yes, they grow in water.
Okay.
And now there are many varieties. May yellow, may white.
Okay. And then, how often naman ang pagdilig niyan?
Ang dilig na ayan. Medyo ito, forgiving. Kahit mo overwater or mo underwater, okay siya.
Talaga. Okay yan sa akin.
Yeah, okay to sa'yo. Hindi ka na naisip padala to sa'yo kasi very common. Kasi yung mga grade 1 project to sa school.
Okay.
Water plant. Photos.
Okay. Parang I think maski mongo in bulak, papatayin ko. Di ba nung grade school, you put the mongo in wet cotton?
Di mo tumutubo nga sa loob ng cabinet. I remember.
Oh my God. Okay, next, philodendrons. Is this a scientific name or
yeah, that's a genus.
Phylum or genus?
It's
Okay.
a generic name. So there are many varieties. This is one of our more saleable um, squamiferum. This one is called squamiferum. If you look closer, yan, close up natin. Tingnan mo yung stem mo, parang bottle
Okay.
brush.
Oh, okay.
Yan.
Wow.
These are philodendrons. Very matibay. I'll show you a more common philodendron.
Does it have another name? Does it go by another name or
Philodendron. Hindi ko alam
ganun
sa
lang?
Tagalog eh.
Okay.
Ito philodendron. Lahat yata ng bahay meron ito.
Okay. Okay.
Lahat
Heart-shaped
ng bahay
yung
nila
leaf.
tita. Kapag baby yata, katawag dito heart. Philodendron, heart leaf. Sorry. Baka
Okay.
mapagalitan ako ng mga expert. But
Bakit
this is very easy.
ang kintab ng dahon?
We wipe it with
Egg
cotton
white?
cloth. Hindi ako
Ah.
gumagamit nun eh. Pati yung mga neem oil, uso ngayon. I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Yung mommy ko kasi may green thumb siya. Egg white.
Oo nga, di ba? Yung mga tita, ang dami lang pinupunas para makintab. But
Okay.
for some reason, I don't like it too shiny. Minsan
Okay.
nakikita ko yung mga post masyadong makintab.
Gusto mo matte? So, why do
It's
you
natural.
recommend the philodendron?
Matibay siya. A lot of varieties are really sturdy kahit low light.
Okay.
Kahit sa sulok lang, with konting liwanag.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And next is my favorite, and your favorite too, the iconic
Ano yun? Ano yun? Ano yun?
Monstera.
Monstera.
Favorite ko yan.
Monstera.
Patayin.
Which comes? Padadala kita ulit. Kumusta ba? Namatay ba?
Sorry, namatay lahat.
Okay lang. Palitan natin.
Kasi nag-travel din kami, and then I'm always arguing with my husband because he likes to overwater, but he won't admit it.
Yan. Especially the yayas at home pala. You mentioned that.
Wala naman akong yaya, pero in
Hindi
his
kasi when the
opinion,
yayas, you
oo,
mentioned big balot.
tama.
When the yayas are left at home, wala silang gagawin. Ayan, didiligin nila lahat ng halaman.
Oo.
Dinilig na nila kahapon.
Patay na lahat. Because
there
we're
are many
always...
sizes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh,
You're always
go ahead.
out of town.
No, we're always arguing about under or overwatering. In my opinion, he is overwatering. In his opinion, I'm underwatering. So even if we do the poking test, for him it is wet. For him it is dry. For me it is wet. So kung
It's always
mag-contest
safe to underwater a bit.
yes.
Kaysa overwater. Kasi plants, kahit 1 or 2 days na matuyo, hindi sila gano'ng magsasuffer eh. They'll show you signs.
Right.
Mas madaling makita mas madaling i-save yung underwater.
Hindi sila needy. Sige, show us the other kind of Monstera.
Monstera.
Okay.
This is called mini Monstera, but this is actually not a Monstera.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Yes, pero sikat yung hashtag na mini Monstera. It's a Rapidopora tetrasperma.
Wow! Alam mo talaga yan or nag-review ka?
Everybody knows this. Recently lang dati hindi nila alam to.
Okay.
Mini Monstera.
Wow.
Why?
And why?
It resembles the Monstera. The shape, di ba? The iconic, yan, yung fenestrated. You call that fenestration eh. Yung shape niya. The silhouette.
Fenestration. Not penetration.
Yes.
Fenestration.
Sounds like.
Oo nga. So, bakit yan? Why is that easy to care for?
In our experience, as you've been growing this for many, many years, tumutubo talaga siya sa loob.
Okay.
I'm sure most of our clients would attest to this. Kasi kahit ilaw lang or maliwanag lang yung bahay, tumutubo. But this is, sikat ito as mini Monstera. Again, it's called a Rapidopora tetrasperma.
Right. And
But
do
now
you
let's go
care
to
for
the
it the same way as you care for a Monstera?
yes, same lang. Because this is more reachable in terms of size. Kasi pwede talaga sa table,
Oo.
di ba? Because now we go to the big Monstera. Ito, oh.
Ayan. Oh my gosh.
Maybe not everybody knows that a
Oo.
Monstera Deliciosa grows like a monster.
Wow. So,
Because at
yung
the
mga...
farm, yung
Sorry, go ahead.
mga,
Go ahead.
sorry, Myrz, yung
Ah,
mga,
yung mga ganyang kalaki, pang-advance na ba yan na green thumb or can a beginner grow something that big?
good you mentioned that. There's another one here, oh, the medium. Carl, can you show this? Ayan. Recently, this has been
Wow.
out in the market. Yan,
Yeah.
recently lang ha.
Okay.
I noticed kasi nauna talagang sumikat si Monstera Deliciosa.
Oo.
But recently, a lot of people have been growing this. Monstera Deliciosa Borsigiana. The third
Wow.
name is referred to as a variety. Monstera Deliciosa variety Borsigiana. This is the
Borsigiana.
medium, yes,
Oo.
medium size because not everybody has space for the giant Monstera.
Right. But
Ayan.
besides the space constraint, how about
Going
maintenance?
back to
Is
your
it
concern,
high
maintenance.
maintenance?
In our experience, here, if you see these ones, these have been growing here for 2 years na. 2 years na to indoors. Eh. The big monsteras require window exposure or at least adjacent to the windows with very bright light, indirect. Ha? Most plant parents would know this by now. Indirect light, and then if ever wala kang light like our showroom, wala namang ilaw, walang sunlight, I mean. So we are successful with using at least 100 watts LED for the giant ones. 100
Okay.
above. So 150 watts is better, at least 100 for the big ones.
And then where do you
And
put the light on top of it?
oh, on top, not yesterday we had the guest, you know her, di ba? She
Yes.
was asking kung pwede sa ilalim ilaw like like an underlight. Hindi eh,
Oh,
baka hindi mag-work. Better kung ano, above.
above
Above and below.
to simulate the
Better.
sun.
Yes.
Oo.
Um, the Borsigiana, the medium monsteras, also grows like a deliciosa, yung form ha.
Okay.
Pero the true Monstera Deliciosa, by the way, the Monstera Deliciosa, the name is derived from, syempre, monster.
Oo.
Because it grows like a monster. Because we have huge ones at the farm. They're as big as a payong. They're as big as an umbrella.
Wow.
Or even
Wow.
bigger. So Monstera Deliciosa. And the Deliciosa, this is a Mexican origin siguro eh. South American origin. They eat the fruits.
What do you mean they
Uh,
eat the fruits?
it has a fruit. It's like
In
it's like a
Mexico they eat the
pineapple.
fruits.
They call it Mexican
Ah,
breadfruit.
okay.
Siguro the texture is like a bread, but they said it tastes like banana, in between a banana and a pineapple.
Okay. So dito wala. Walang ganun dito.
But toxic. It's toxic.
Oh shit. They eat it, but it's toxic.
No, there's a certain day count of ripeness yata before you can eat it.
Okay.
Here, very few. I'm not sure if anybody has ever flowered it or planted it as a
Right.
seed. Kasi now we have a few seedlings of another variety of Monstera,
Right.
but not yet the Deliciosa.
Right. So let's review your top 5 recommended plants. Swiss
Amen.
cheese,
Swiss cheese
La
is also a
Suerte.
Monstera. The
Okay.
Suerte,
Pothos,
Photos here,
philodendrons, and monstera.
Philodendron, Monstera.
And then, so let's say if I buy those 5 plants, uh, okay na muna ako to start with that. early
Yeah,
collection.
pero siyempre, yung the others talaga, marami mga in the market na ayun pala, siguro the succulents. Ayun pala the succulents, I should say. A
Ay,
lot
oo
of
nga.
people have
Yeah,
succulents
right,
and then they die and
right.
then they get discouraged.
Oo.
Ay, hindi kayo marunong mag-alaman kasi namatay yung succulent.
And there's supposed to be no maintenance nga, di ba?
Ay,
Or
nauso
hindi?
kasi
Or
yan. I feel
cactus.
like nauso yan as, di ba, mga wedding giveaways, mga
Tama.
party giveaways.
Ah.
Pero not all varieties would do well indoors eh. And
Oh,
especially lowland because they're grown in the highlands.
okay. Bakit
But some varieties,
sa office namin dati, yung mga plantita, daming succulent. And then nag-grow naman siya.
yeah, mayroong mga varieties na nag-grow and then mura lang naman siya. I'm referring to some clients who would tell us na namatay, gano'n. Tapos ayaw
Okay.
na nila mag-alaga.
Oo.
Ayan. Meron talaga mga varieties na mahirap alagaan. But again, as I was saying kanina, mura lang naman siya, di ba? If you
Oo.
enjoy it for a few weeks, I think it's worth your
Right.
time, effort,
Oo.
worth the happiness. Mura lang.
And are they easier to care for than the plants that you mentioned or
No,
same
because I
lang?
mentioned it na uso kasi. A lot of
Oo.
people who come to us bago sila mag-philodendrons or monsteras, yun yung mga first
Oo.
beginner plants. So if
Right.
you have bad experiences with the other plants, forget about it. I've had inquiries na ang dami na raw niya napatay na plants, gano'n. I always tell them to
Ako yata.
look at look at the positive look at the positive side, di ba? You
Which
just
is,
keep on you
keep
just have to
trying.
keep on trying kung anong tama, anong pwede, do your research, gano'n. Sayang kasi
Right.
kung mamatay, ayaw mo na.
Oo nga. So, is it true na yung cactus, kahit pabayaan mo na,
A lot of cactuses are cacti. Tama ba yan? Cacti.
cacti,
Matibay siya indoor.
oo.
Especially mga window exposure, ganyan.
And then you don't need to water it so much? Or
Oo,
you
bihira
do?
lang i-water. Bihira lang. Kasi they
Okay.
store energy, di ba? They store
Right.
moisture. Hmm.
Right. Sige. Now, we will go to the top 5 things you need to do to not kill and grow the plants based
Ayan.
on my experience of killing. No, just kidding. Okay, number 1, find the best spot for ample light, especially in
Correct.
a small condo. Can you explain this, number
That is
1?
so correct. Ay, going back to your topic kanina, di ba, a lot of people are going into the hobby.
Yes.
Tapos, even nowadays, parang it's our way of connecting with nature, di ba? So, kahit
Right.
if we have a small window,
Uh-uh.
or minsan nga iba sa toilet lang, pwede ba maglagay ng plant sa toilet? Pwede, basta may window. So,
Ah,
you have to find always the brightest spot in the house. Something
okay.
adjacent to the window or under a spotlight, pwede. Di ba,
Kahit
uso yung,
artificial light.
di ba, uso yung mga ceiling mounted na
Oo.
spotlight na
Pwede na yun.
at least 30, kasi marami yan,
Okay.
mga 18 watts medyo kulang yan.
Right.
30 to 50 watts kung walang window. Pero, again, uso, di ba, mga condo with big windows. Di ba,
Yes.
Myrz? O,
Oo.
di ang
Depende.
liwanag. Uso din yung mga white wall. Di ba?
Okay.
Mga condo has white wall which has reflected light plus the big window. Ayan, ang liwaliwanag. Yung sa Tagalog, we call it maaliwalas.
Tama.
Ayan. Okay
So
yan.
for all plants,
For most
look
plants.
for the light source or may plant ba na
Oo,
takot sa ilaw?
wala akong maisip.
Wala.
Wag lang direct.
Wag lang direct.
They do
How
not
do
like
you know?
direct morning. You look at the window. Di ba pag pumapasok yung araw? Morning sun is good.
Right.
Um, not so much of the early afternoon. Late afternoon is good.
Right.
Kasi mga 2 or 3 hanggang 4 siguro medyo harsh yan.
Okay.
A
So,
lot
pag
of
ganon,
indoor.
ipapasok?
Maraming units or houses na may sheer curtains, ba?
Hmm.
Sheer aside from the blackout. Sheer muna,
Ah,
i-close mo. Ayan, parang
okay.
filtered light.
Okay. And
Yun.
then, how do
Okay.
you know which plants you can put on the balcony and which plants?
Most plants, kasi when you say balcony, it has partial shade, di ba?
Yes.
Oh, most plants will do well in a balcony.
Okay. Oh, and then
Philodendrons,
I remember my problem. My aircon compressor is on the
ayan.
balcony. And
Oo.
so our theory is 8 hours of aircon at night, the heat will kill the plants. Is that true or not?
If the aircon is, uh, or the aircon, the outdoor unit has no air circulation, baka magka-problem. But if it's a balcony with air flowing, kahit open yung aircon, okay siya. Kasi we've tried it here in our showroom eh. Sa
Oo.
likod ng aircon, meron mga monsteras growing. Basta windy yung area.
Ah. So okay lang yun
Wag lang
kung
yung
windy.
trap na heat. Yung, di ba may
Trap
mga
heat.
aircon units na nasa likod, tas may sunroof, gano'n.
Oo.
Ayan, baka ma-overheat yun. Pero I
Right.
think hindi rin ganong mamamatay. Baka mag-suffer.
Oo.
Baka mamatay. Baka I think may problem yung watering. Kaya namatay. Baka.
Overwatering. Paparinig ako dyan.
Andyan ba?
Andyan. Which brings us to number 2. Learn the right watering techniques. Are you
Ayan,
gonna
learn.
show us? You wanna show us
I showed
again?
you kanina, di ba? Ayan.
Ayan.
This is what we always use. Because this is very easy to control. Again, depends on your type. Meron iba, di ba, mga sprayer. Sprayer. If
Is
you
that
have the
better or the
patience,
spray is okay?
okay lang. You spray the soil, mostly the soil. Kasi a lot of plants, for me, ayaw nila ng basa.
Okay.
Especially the leaf buds, ayaw nila ng basa pag gabi.
Paggabi.
So, yeah, para sa akin. So, you can spray the soil siguro or pag umaga, pwede kayo magbasa talaga.
So better to water the plants pag araw. Pag
Pag-araw,
umaga.
it depends. If you're an office, an office person, di ba? Pag umaga, baka hindi niya masikaso. Pwede rin sa gabi, but do not wet the leaves, especially the leaf buds.
Oh, do not wet the leaves, only the soil.
Yes.
Okay.
Kasi baka mag-leaf rot or hindi masyadong matuyo. This is a
Right.
snake plant pala. Another
Right.
famous indoor plant.
Also
Snake
easy to
plant.
care for.
Yes, supposedly.
Impossible to kill except by me.
Pero not everything listed in the internet is correct. Yung top 10, some
Talaga?
are. Yung iba kasing top 10 doon, parang hindi ata dapat kasama yung si top 10 hard to kill plants.
Oh, bakit?
Oo. Ano ba yung nakita ko ron?
May snake plant for sure.
Hindi. Research ko muna.
Sige.
Pero easy to kill eh. Pero nakalagay sa hard to kill list.
So yan.
This is how you water it.
Okay. Droplets
Kasi
lang.
Oo, kasi ayan tumutulo na nga eh. Sobra.
Okay. So yung technique na naka-hose and then di ba usually the helper will hose all the plants in the garden.
Which is good if you do it on a monthly basis. Kasi indoors kasi, di ba, especially it's on a table or on your shelves, binabasa mo sila konti-konti lang. So, siguro once a month, you bring them out in the balcony or the garden, you host them. Parang nakaligo din. Or when it's raining, Myrz, masaya sila.
Okay.
Di ba pag umuulan, yung tao nga masaya pag umuulan.
Oo.
Papaulanan. Pwede siya paulanan. So,
Right.
basang-basa. Then you bring them in, yan, mas matagal na tuyo.
Alright. And then, I heard about root rot. Yung pag naipon yung tubig sa loob ng pot.
Root rot, correct.
Please
Ito
explain.
medyo dry. Dry nga ito, The Suertes love to have a day or two of dryness before you water them.
Oh, okay.
Most plants na rin. Ganun.
A day or two of dryness before you water them. Okay.
Yes. Yung super dry talaga na pag ginawa ka mo, parang, ano ba to? Tuyo ba ito? Parang tuyo
Parang
na parang
buhangin.
basa.
Okay.
Pero malamig.
Okay.
Malamig yung loob. Kasi pag super dry na talaga, yung bone dry, mararamdaman mo, wala na yung lamig ng soil.
Okay. So that's a
Huwag
sure
naman ganun.
sign.
Yun talaga, kailangan na i-water.
Okay. So wag papaabutin hanggang mainit na.
Yung parang wala ka na maramdaman na coolness.
Oo.
Especially for philodendrons and aroids.
Oo.
You were
So
saying
yung
about
root rot, pag
root rot,
pag na-overwater, masyadong basa
overwater.
yung soil, anong
Yan.
mangyayari?
Kasi pag nag-root rot, yan mahirap i-solve. Medyo.
Oo.
For
So,
beginners. Kasi root rot happens minsan when you buy a plant and then you buy a plate,
ah,
and then you water, and then you let the water sit in the plate.
right.
Ayan, basa siya lagi. Minsan you look at the soil, tuyo sa ibabaw, pero sa
Pero,
ilalim, basa. Basa lagi
okay.
sa ilalim. You won't see what's happening inside. Nagra-rot na pala yung roots.
So, anong dapat gawin?
Um, hmm, Medyo mahirap yan. Depends on the situation of the plant. You let it
Okay.
dry out talaga. Matagal. And
Oo.
make sure every time you water, dry siya. Kasi
Okay.
for plants really suffering from root rot, you need to repot them.
So, to avoid root rot, first, you always need a plate.
Kasi the plate nga usually, doon nagkaka-problem ng root rot. Pag hindi chine-check yung water sa plate.
Okay. Okay.
Oh. Tapos, to avoid root rot, wag babasahin that. Just like I mentioned a while ago, do not wet a wet monstera. Kasi pag basa,
Okay.
and then babasahin mo ulit, the roots kasi need air also eh. Would you believe?
Okay.
For some
Okay.
reason, they can get air inside the
How?
soil. Kailangan din nila ma-aerate. So,
Okay.
kailangan nila makahinga, parang ganon. And
So,
also
in
find
your...
the
Go ahead. And also find the...
best soil mixture.
Okay.
Kasi iba-ibang plant growers, iba-iba yung soil mixture.
And how will you know that? Or ano na yan? You'll
It
learn
has
it.
to be porous. A lot of plantitos know that already. Kailangan porous yung ano. I'll show you a sample soil later.
Sige.
Kailangan porous. Yung feel mo, pag binuhos mo yung water, kailangan nag-drain agad.
Okay.
Dati kasi nung araw, uso lang garden soil. Everything
Oo.
is planted in garden soil. Which is mushy, tapos parang nagpuputik, yung gano'n.
So ngayon, iba-ibang klase
It
na.
takes a certain level of expertise para ma-maintain mo sa garden soil. Pero may mga plants din na gusto yung garden soil lang. Pero mas safe nowadays, porous, especially indoor plants.
Porous.
They need to dry up
Okay.
before you water again.
Number 3, proper grooming, cleaning, and checking for mites and insects. So ano
Grooming
yung
also.
proper grooming?
Grooming also, you check on the plants. Di ba? Pag may dry, alisin mo yung mga dry. It's like going to a salon, di ba? Parang may mga may mga split ends, mga ganyan You see it on the camera.
So what do? You remove the whole leaf or what?
No, you just have to trim it.
You can trim it.
You can trim the end part.
Bakit kailangan gawin yun?
Para siguro it's the communion with the plants too.
Oh,
Some people
communion.
talk to the plants.
Oo.
I think it's the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide.
Oh.
That the
So
people
what?
are...
The people
baka yun
are...
yung nire-refer nila. Do you talk to the plants? Parang ganun siguro yun. Commune with your plants.
Do you talk to your plants?
I communicate. not verbally.
Ano, brain waves lang.
Because when we're on a stressful situation or mga overstress sa work, ganyan, di ba? When you look at the plant, parang they give you a certain
Life.
feeling of
Oo.
freshness,
Comfort.
rejuvenation, ganyan.
So may, pwede ka na mag-rant sa kanila, makikinig. Or baka maging
Yes.
negative.
Hindi. Parang they absorb nga all the negative energy. Totoong plants, ha? Yung
Oo.
mga plastic, hindi kaya. So, you throw away your plastic plants. Hindi, because when I see ako, sorry, I have clients who like artificial plants, but that's a different,
Ano ka ba? Are you a artificial plant snob?
We don't touch them, sorry.
Okay.
Wala kasi yung energy, walang energy.
Okay.
Energy.
Plastic environment. So what else do you clean besides dried leaves?
I didn't have, I think the best material to use is yung cotton shirt. If you have an old cotton shirt,
Okay.
like yung mga Hanes,
Social naman.
Hanes or bench, mga luma, yung mga butas na.
Okay.
You cut them into this size.
Okay, and then?
And then you...
Sige, let us demonstrate.
you
But
wipe the leaves.
close up. Dry lang yan or damp?
Damp, moist.
Okay. Why do we need to do that?
Para, number one, siguro to remove the dust.
Okay. So masama rin yung dust sa leaves.
Baka matakpan yung mga mga pores.
Okay.
Stomata. Biology, di ba? Stomata.
Oo.
Yan. Especially in dusty areas. And I think plantitas like to do that Di ba? Mga yayas, they're used to doing that.
Therapeutic.
Pinupunasan. Especially the prayer plants.
What is the prayer plant?
Do you know prayer plants?
No, meron ka ba dyan?
Ito, ayan
Oh, wow. Yan palang tawag dyan.
Calatheas.
Bakit siya prayer
There are a
plant?
lot of varieties of prayer plants. Prayer plants because they're open like this. Look at the backside, Ganda.
Okay.
Ito rin yung harap.
Oo.
Prayer plants, most of them, they do this during 6 p.m. They raise all the leaves. Parang angelus.
You mean umaakit siya mag-isa?
Yes.
Parang makahiya?
Tumataas lahat ng leaves.
Wow.
One of the wonders of nature. Ayan.
Wow.
6 p.m. Automatic.
May
And
body
sa
clock
loob ng
siya.
bahay. May body clock. Kahit talagay mo siya sa loob ng bahay na loob ng building.
Oo.
I've proven.
Kung minove mo yung time zone, alam din niya.
I think so.
Alam niya kung ano yung 6 o'clock din sa country na yun.
Is that a trick question? Nahuli mo ako doon.
Tignan natin kung plantito.
Ko nga yun. Prayer plant.
Prayer plant.
Ayan. Because they like being white.
Oh, okay.
A lot of plant parents would know that. They like their leaves being white with the damp cloth. Yan.
Is there a plant that doesn't need or doesn't like wiping?
Cactus.
Cactus. Okay. And then check for mites or insects.
Insects, ayan. Especially with thriving plants, bigla all of a sudden, mapapansin mo, parang nag-iba yung itsura or nagkaroon ng mga
Butas?
irregularities sa dahon. Butas is very easy to see.
Ano yung irregularity?
Irregularities like minsan may mga specks of yellow or brown.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden, you have to check on the backside.
And then what should you do?
Ayan look at this
Oh, may insect.
May sample may nakikipag-cooperate.
Tinutulungan ka
Insect
na.
talaga. May insect talaga, oh.
Oh, so what should you do kung ganun?
Ayan. Now, this one, we wipe with 50-50 solution of alcohol and water. Pero
Like
nakabit.
rubbing alcohol or
Yes.
drinking
Yeah.
alcohol?
Use cotton balls, put water, then alcohol.
So mamamatay yung insect but not the plant.
Yes, okay lang yung plant sa alcohol. Kasi it easily, you know, evaporates. Yan. Do this.
How can
Can you
there be
see it, Myrz?
insect? Yes,
Can you
yes.
see it?
If you can go
Ayan.
closer, but
Can
if
you,
not,
Carl?
ayun. Oo nga. So,
Ayan. Do this. I haven't tried neem oil, ah. I've been receiving lots of comments regarding
ano,
neem oil.
what is that? Neem oil?
Neem oil.
How do you spell that?
NEEM.
Oh, what is that for?
They use it for, ganyan, mga insect problems. Hindi ko pa na-try eh. Like ko lang
Okay,
naririnig.
right.
Some positive comments, some negative.
Okay. So
But
next,
we're
oh,
okay with
sorry.
alcohol and water.
All right.
Because you always have to check on the plant, kagaya niya, no? If you have lots of plants, tas di mo napapansin, bigla na lang magsasuffer. Kasi hindi mo nakikita, meron palang insects sa loob. So you have to check on them regularly. Sayang kasi alaga mo na siya for 2 years, di ba? Ang ganda. Tapos biglang, ba't parang bigla itong pumapayat or nasisira?
What do you mean by
Yun, so check.
pumapayat?
Insects kasi, there are some insects, yung mga scales, they feed on the juices of the plants.
Oh, so numinipis?
Yeah, magsasuffer yung buong halaman. Bigla na lang papayat, natatanggal yung mga leaves, gano'n.
Paano magkaka-insect kung sa loob ng condo?
Yun na nga eh. I don't know.
But it
For some
happened.
reason, it happens. Kahit matagal na yung plant, like this one, ito, tagal na nito eh. Yung iba, 3 years na. Tapos mamaya biglang may insect. Siguro, like, if you open the windows, may pumasok, gano'n. Or if you brought in a plant na hindi
Right.
mo nakita, may insect, you just bought a
Oo.
plant. Ayun, tapos nahawa siya.
Nag-hitchhike yung insect.
Oh,
Okay,
so
now,
check on it regularly.
all right. We go to proper feeding. What do you mean by that? Fertilizer?
Fertilizer, I think the liquid ones are better, or the slow release. Meron kasing technology yung US and Japan. They call it slow release. These are tiny capsules na you can buy it kahit sa Ace or True Value, meron yan. It's called slow release fertilizer. Ano siya, Myrz? Every time you water, slowly nagre-release yung kanyang nutrients. For a
And how do
period
you know when you should start using it and how often?
Actually, pwede siyang lagyan anytime kasi slow release nga siya, walang overdose.
So once lang, you put it once and
You put
then...
it once and then makikita mo at the end, siguro mga 4 months. You can see a sample here. After 4 months, makikita mo wala nang laman yung pellets na. These are capsules na nag-absorb ng water through osmosis.
Okay.
Ayun. Tas
And do you
slowly
recommend that
release.
for every plant?
I think most plants, yes. Okay naman. We use it. Kasi nga walang overdose. Diba dati, uso lang mga urea, mga... There are liquid fertilizers too na okay. Like Peters. Ayan, okay din yan. You dissolve it in water. Siguro when you read the label, because these are indoor plants, they feed very little compared to those exposed to sunlight.
Okay.
So when you read the label and the instruction, you do 1/2 or 1/3 of the dosage. Yeah, that's safe yun.
So when we buy our first 5 beginner plants, we should already buy the fertilizer?
Pwede.
Or what do you
As long
recommend?
as it's slow release.
Okay.
Kung you can ask the supplier or the shop too kung may fertilizer na yan. Yan. Kung
Oo.
wala, pwede man lagyan.
Pero kailangan ba? Like, could the reason be
Hindi.
kaya
Actually, hindi.
namatay yung mga plants ko dahil walang fertilizer?
Hindi.
O
Not
hindi?
indoors. They're
Okay.
happy. They're happy they grow.
Okay.
Iba ayaw palakihin. Like now, di ba, may mga units, condo units na maliliit. You know, we have
Oo.
funny inquiries na, they have gloriosos. Because, you know, here's we love growing our plants big.
Right. Right.
Pero recently, ang dami inquiries na, they have a small, like this one, this is also Buno, philodendron.
Right.
May mag-i-inquire, they have small ones. They like
Okay.
it always for the table
Oo.
or the shelves sa
Right.
kanilang
So
condo
fertilizer
unit.
is not essential?
Not essential because plants grow even in water nga. We've been growing mini monsteras in water. Okay lang. Walang
So why do you
nutrients.
need fertilizer at all?
If you like growing your plants, if you have space for it.
You
Yeah.
mean growing them big?
Yes. If you have a big
Okay.
balcony. Or if you like to
Okay.
propagate. Yeah,
Okay.
you need to feed your
Para siyang
plants.
cherry fur
Correct.
for plants.
Tiki-tiki. Pampalaki.
Tiki-tiki. Okay. Or star margarine. Number 5, proper repotting. Okay. Please explain.
Ayan. I remember. Many buyers would buy and then they see a nice planta. Makikay plant parents, sorry.
Oo.
They buy a plant, nauna yung plant. And then minsan nga nauna yung planter. You see a nice
Okay.
planter with, kasi dami ng choices ngayon, di ba?
Tama.
Mga metal, mga painted, mga ceramic. And then instantly when they buy the plant, gusto na nilang i-repot.
Masama yun.
Not ideal.
Because?
I always tell them to enjoy the plant first. Like you buy it, you bring it home, enjoy it. Titigan mo muna. And alagaan mo muna for weeks. Diba? Kasi when you repot it, there's a certain shock na nararamdaman mo.
Nabibigla siya.
Yes. Especially kung hindi ka marunong mag-repot.
Okay.
Magsasuffer. I've seen many comments on Instagram na matay daw yung plant or ba't ganito, pumangit. Kasi especially Monstera, sorry. Ang hirap niya i-repot.
Okay. And so when can you repot?
If it's overgrown. But Monsteras, especially, they like growing in small pots. Look at this. Yan ang liit lang ng pot.
Okay. So pag ganyan, wag na.
Would you believe, in Instagram, there are so many posts of this plant growing 6 feet tall in this small planter.
Okay. So no need to repot?
No need to repot. Only if feeling mo, again, you have the space.
Okay.
You have the space for it. Like, look at this caladium. In English, it's caladium.
I'm sure in Latin, it's caladium.
Caladium. Ayan, lit lang ng planter. But it grows big.
And what if ang ganda nga talaga?
This can grow bigger.
Okay.
If you have the space.
Alright.
Di ba, ang dahil mong plant sa condo. Tapos pag pinalaki mo, tapos malalagay. If you have the space, you can transfer it in a bigger planter.
And then,
Here's a quick tip pala, Myrz.
Sige, go.
How to pull a plant out. Do this. Invert it.
Okay. Pa-close up naman dyan, Mr. Cinematographer.
Ayan.
Okay, and then?
You tap the planter. The plant should come out.
Wow, galing naman.
Di ba buo?
Kung di siya lumabas, ibig sabihin, basa.
Minsan, sobrang basa or hindi pa masyadong marami yung roots.
So intact yung soil niya.
You can repot it in a bigger planter if you like it to grow.
Okay.
You have the space for it.
All right.
But for Monsteras, what we suggest is, can we do the soil mixture muna?
Sige.
Ayan. May sample ako dito.
Let's do a soil mixture 101.
Ayan. This is what we use.
Can we raise the camera? Yeah, or yan. Okay,
Number
that is,
one,
what is that?
what is this? What do you think?
I don't
Yes.
know.
This is ipa. This is
Ha?
balat ng palay.
Balat ng palay.
Oh,
Okay.
uso ito for
Rice
gardeners.
husk.
Kasi, rice hull.
Oh, hull. Okay.
Uso ito because this is very lightweight,
Okay.
very porous. Ayan o.
Yan yung sinasabi mong porous.
Yes. Yan. So, 1 container of rice hull.
Okay. Can we move the camera up to show the aerial view?
Carl, pwede ba i-ganon? And then, we use this too.
Ano yan?
Cocoa chips. Yan, balat ng yun.
Okay. Okay.
A lot
Balat
of people need this. I should start selling it.
Oo nga. Saan nabibili yan?
A lot of gardeners will carry this.
Okay.
Actually, kahit sa hardware, sa Ace, I saw this. Coconut. And then, garden soil.
Okay.
This is garden soil with compost.
Okay.
And a mixture of burnt ipa. Nowadays, nabibili na rin to sa market. Burnt ipa. There's ipa and then there's burnt ipa.
Okay. Why are we
If you don't have
combining?
this, actually, parang mas relax yung soil eh. Yun yung, that's how we do it eh.
So pag
Mas
combination, mas relaxed yung soil.
This is very ideal for aroids.
Okay.
Yan. And then, perlite.
Okay. What is perlite?
Perlite is this is an artificial, parang lightweight.
Para ba
It's
yung
sort of like,
dolomite, yung pang white sand sa Manila Bay?
actually, sand is heavy. This is very lightweight.
Okay.
It's like a styro, and the texture is like sand, but it's very lightweight, like a styro.
Okay. So it's artificial.
I think so. It is. Ayan. Then
Okay.
you mix it. Ayan. Get your hands dirty. Kapag gagawa ka nito, Myrz, siguro magsusot ka ng Gucci gloves mo.
Wala akong ganun.
Ayan. Ayan. This is how our soil potting mix for aroids would look like.
Right.
Yan. So now, going back to repotting monsteras. Forget the monstera muna. Mostly monsteras, we do not pull it out. Di ba kanina we pulled out the caladium?
Oo.
Monsteras, we do not. We just insert the old pot in the new planter.
Oh, okay.
This is very ideal for beginners.
Right.
For new plant parents. Kasi ayaw nga ng monstera nang ginagalaw.
So you just find a bigger pot to put
Find
the
the
old
bigger pot
in.
and then then you embed the whole plant, the whole old pot inside.
Including the pot.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Mas safe yan. Proven.
Right.
You know why? You know why?
Why?
Monsteras are so maarte.
Maarte.
I've seen monsteras na nag-dormant. Nag-dormant siya ng kahit 1 year. Minsan 1 year, natutulog sila. I call it natutulog.
1 year?
Yes, they don't do anything.
What do
They
you
just
mean
sit
they
on-
don't do anything?
They sit on top of the table. Walang growth, hindi naman nag-yellow yung leaves.
Okay.
Hindi rin nag-grow. I call it dormancy.
1 year
They go under a
tampo.
period of- Yes.
Bakit?
Big monsteras. I don't know, big monsteras in our experience, they're very hard to, not naman propagate, but to stabilize.
Oo.
Kasi I've seen them sleep for 1 year, minsan 6 months.
Wow.
Imagine. Ang tagal.
Wow, that's a
So it's
long.
best if you have a growing Monstera, you just insert the planter in a new favorite planter and then add soil. That's the safest way of doing it.
Right. And so if you buy a plant and you have a very nice pot that you can't wait to put the plant in, how long should you wait before to
If it's
avoid problems?
overgrown, you'll see the roots coming out.
Oo.
I like this one. Can
Okay.
you see? There's so many
When the
roots.
roots start to show, it means it's time to repot.
Ayan. Oo. However, hindi rin. But if you like it, always, if you have space to grow them, why not? That's the time you can repot it. Ito,
Okay.
mabilis na repot. Ang daming roots. Oh. Let's do
Okay.
it again.
Sige. Tak, tak, tak. Wow. Okay. Ayan na.
Ayan.
Haba na ng roots.
Yes. Then you just have to put it in a new planter
Okay.
and add soil.
Add soil.
Yan.
Galing. Comment from Chiki Mabanta. Dapat pala walang tulo
Pag nagdilig,
pag nagdilig. Kat Buendia. Yes, for plant moms.
amen.
And my friend Julia Tan just shared it on her page. Cocoa Pots and Things. Yan. Any more tips and tricks na hindi natin alam?
Ano pa ba?
Or mga common mistakes of
Common mistakes, yun nga yung repotting, always. I always hear that.
repotting before
They buy and then they repot it right away. Wag muna.
Oo.
Enjoy mo muna yung plant. At least if something happens to it, enjoy mo na siya.
Baka napapangitan
Tapos,
sila sa pot.
hindi ko alam eh. Siguro gusto nila lumaki agad.
Oo, tama.
You know, growing plants really needs patience.
Okay.
You need lots of patience. Di pwedeng you buy it and gusto mo na, kasi taas mo yung plant in 1 month. Di pwede.
Oo.
Kailangan talaga enjoy mo muna siya.
Right.
And then watch each plant kasi has their own growth habits, growth
Right.
requirements, gano'n.
Right.
It's more of naiinip sila.
Oo.
Especially mga new plantitas, naiinip sila.
Okay, so be patient. Ano pa? What are the other
Ayan.
qualities? Do not overcare.
Yun din. I received the comment kanina kasi she was saying, ba't yung plant ko ganito? All of a sudden, okay naman siya for 2 weeks, biglang naging ganito. Maybe I overcared for it. Sabi ko possible. Kasi syempre ayaw din ng plant na laging ginagalaw or kinakalikot. Di ba? Iba nililipat-lipat.
Nakukulitan sila. Parang lalaki lang. Kailangan
correct.
ignore mo muna.
Nakukulitan. Ililipat sa kabilang room. Meron nga nagpo-post, di ba, dinadala sa park. Yung plant. Imbis na daw pet.
Parang aso.
Oo, correct. Imbis sa aso, dinadala yung plant sa park.
Ano yung most common question that you get from your clients?
Okay ba to sa aircon? Yan.
Ayun.
Madalas.
Do they mean sa loob ng kwarto na may aircon? Or
Siguro. Or sa bahay na laging bukas yung aircon. I think okay. Kasi we did an installation for Manila House. Myrz,
tama.
did you see
Kayo
that?
pala yung Manila House. Okay.
Yung sa baba, yung sa lobby.
Yes.
We did a few months installation. Mostly
Plants are very
Monsteras.
healthy there.
Okay sila. Surprisingly, ha?
Oo.
Kasi parang 3 weeks, hindi kami nagdidilig.
Wow.
Imagine, 3 weeks. Most of the plants, ha? Kasi ang lamig. Pag malamig kasi, hindi siya natutuyo.
Okay.
Sobrang lamig. Siguro, the most is parang every 2 weeks yung watering namin doon. Yung ibang plants talagang 3 weeks.
Okay.
Hindi siya natutuyo. Yon.
So pag
aircon is good.
malamig yung aircon, you water less.
Because it dries very contrary, di ba? Kailangan pag aircon, mawawala yung humidity. Hindi eh, pero basang-basa yung soil.
Tsaka in that section of Manila House, yung sa entrance, malayo
Yes.
yun sa door, tsaka parang
Oo.
madilim dun, di ba? And
Oo, we
yet,
installed additional, we installed additional spotlight. Kaya kasi siguro good vibes din doon.
okay.
Masayang
Alright.
installation doon.
Okay. Alright. Ano pa ang mga insider tricks mo from all your experience?
Ano pa ba?
25 years.
25 years. I've been growing monsteras for 25 years.
Yes.
Siguro I can be considered a monstera addict.
Tama.
Ako'y original na monstera addict.
Oo nga. Before
I
naging
remember
uso.
years. Yes. Oo talaga, before naging uso. When we opened the store nga, 5 years ago, walang pumapasok dito, no?
Talaga?
Oo, hindi naman nila alam yung mga monstera. Di ba? Hindi nila alam na
Oo.
pwede yan indoor. Ano bang alaman
Oo.
yan? Parang ano daw, kinagat ng caterpillar. Yan sa
Pinasikat siya ng Instagram. In fact,
Yes,
ang daming GIF ng Monstera. If you type Monstera, ang
I
daming GIF.
know. Di ba? Parang kasi nauso siya sa mga print, sa fabric.
Yes.
Di ba? When you go to the malls, as a show window.
Oo. Naging
So, ira
fashionable.
talaga. Ira talaga. Fashionable. Ira talaga ng Monstera.
We have a comment from Bea Recto Agnier. She
Hello,
said,
chef.
hi. Monstera Master.
Masarap magluto si Chef Bea.
Sige, ano mo? Parting words for plantitas and plantitos
Enjoy
everywhere.
the hobby. So whatever you buy, enjoy it. Do not get disappointed. Minsan you buy a plant and then it dies. Just keep on buying kung you can afford it. Para ka lang, di ba sabi ko kanina, para kang bumili ng flowers. You
Oo.
buy roses nga, 1,000, 2,000 pesos. It dies, di ba? Okay sa'yo. The more with plants. And I think it's our way of connecting with nature. And given na rin na, it gives very positive energy, di ba?
Right.
Because of the oxygen. Enjoy
Right.
mo lang and be patient, really. It takes time before they grow. Minsan kasi tinatanong nila, how long for this plant to grow into the size the same as yours? Huwag muna. Enjoy mo lang.
Right.
Ayan.
And
And then,
especially these days na medyo uncertain yung times, di ba? We don't know our future. Plants bring hope and life
that's
into our
true. So,
lives.
again, very positive energy. Tapos, siguro, this is our way, kahit hindi tayo nakalabas ng bahay, we bring nature into our
Right.
own homes. And we can create our own, like us. I'm sure some plantitos are really crazy. They fill their homes with
Yes.
so much plant. You can create your own garden
A
indoors, diba? Parang may
jungle.
garden nook. Gusto mo
So yung
mag-coffee or
klaseng
mag-tea.
jungle na behind you that can be created in a condo.
Oo naman. Kung may window or if you're willing to add a light fixture inside your unit,
Or kahit LED light.
LED, at least 100 watts, that will really
Right.
work wonders.
Right.
I haven't tried pa nga the grow lights eh. LED pa lang, successful na kami.
Right. So you can follow PGD Botanique at Instagram
Yay.
or visit
Yes.
the store at 296A Hague Street, Mandaluyong City, and call
Amen.
0926-423-8200. Sa Instagram nakalagay by appointment only? Or hindi?
For now, pwede naman because you opened the outdoor area.
Okay.
They can visit it already. Before kasi they go inside, di ba? But now, sorry, we cannot allow them in, but we have brought most of the sample plants outside. So they can come anytime.
Right.
And then we have a display also at the Power Plant Mall together with MAV Furniture.
So that's open in Power Plant.
Yeah, it's open. Siguro hanggang December yon.
Okay.
Very near the Nescafe display area.
All right. Thank you so much, Pido,
Thank you,
for
Myrz.
being here and bringing greenery into our day and our
O yan, dahil mo
life.
na natutunan, pwede ka na mag-plant
Ang
ulit.
dami. Kung makapatay pa rin ako, ewan ko na.
Okay lang. We'll send
Okay
you,
lang.
we'll send you more and more each
Oh,
time.
wow. Thank you so
Try
much.
and try lang.
Try and try. All right. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, plant
Bye.
people.
See you soon. Thank you,
See
Plantitos
you
and
soon.
Plantitas.
Yes.
All right. Bye. Thank you, everyone. This has been Ask Miss Myrz, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.
Sounded good.